What's up, guys? It's Entrant back here with another video, and in today's video I'm just going to be doing a short review on what I think the entrant predictions are going to be for this year's Women's Royal Rumble match. So I'm not going to waste any more time, and I'm just going to get down with the predictions. So at number 1, I think it's going to be Naomi. I said this in a video before. I think Naomi's going to go in at number 1 because I think that Sonya Deville was just trying to work her way to making Naomi number 1. And I just think that it would be perfect for Naomi to go in at number 1, since she has kind of Sonya, who's an authority figure, against her. Number 2, I have the returning Lacey Evans. Number 2 or 1 is always a returning person in the Royal Rumble. We've had, besides the first Rumble, we had Sasha and Becky at number 1 and 2, and then the next year we had Lacey, who debuted. It was kind of NXT person at number 1, and then in 2020 we had Bianca, who was an NXT person, be in the Rumble, and then 2021 we had Naomi, who returned. So I just think it would be great to see Lacey come back at number 2. Number 3 we have Shotzi. Number 4 we have Dana. Number 5 we have Tamina. Number 6 we have Summer Rae. She will be the first kind of legend to come into this match. And I just think it would be great to see Summer, not come in later. I want to see what Summer can do, because I feel like she has a lot still left in the tank, and she has a lot, I feel, to show us. Next up, we have Bianca Bellaire. Number 8, we have Natalya. Number 9, we have Mickie James. Number 10, we have Mickie James. Obviously, Mickie James is the current Impact Knockouts champion, and she said that she was going to come in with her Impact theme and come in with the Knockouts title. So it's going to be great to see what Mickie can do, and I am very excited to see what Mickie can do and how she's going to mix it up with the women. Because a lot of the women that are in, or on the main roster, I should say, she never really got to face against. She never really got to face against Sasha, Charlotte, Dana, Tamina. Like, we never seen her against, like, majority of these women, so I would love to see her go against them. Number 10, we have Charlotte. Charlotte, obviously, is the SmackDown Women's Champion. I feel like she'll go early in the match, but she won't want to go in number 1 like Brock did in 2020. I think she'll just play it smart and be like, I usually make it far anyways. So there's really going to be no competition, so let me just go in number 10. Number 11, we have our next legend, which is Brie Bella. Number 12, we have Carmella. Number 13, we have Nikki ASH. Number 14, we have Rhea, and I think it would be cool to see Nikki and Rhea go in back-to-back. Obviously, we have this rivalry between them, and I think it would just be great to see their rivalry kind of implode, and Nikki's going to be in the ring, and then Rhea's going to come in, and then they'll just have finally their face-off. Even though Nikki these past couple weeks has just been hitting Rhea from behind, it would be great to see Rhea just finally get her hands on Nikki. Next up at number 15, we have Queen Zelina. And at number 16, we have Nikki Bella. Now, so right now, hopefully, it is going to be Brie and Nikki and Zelina and Carmella, which could possibly set up a Women's Tag Team Championship match for WrestleMania. So I think it would be great to have those two teams in the ring against each other. And yeah, it'll just be great to see what they could do. Next up, we have number 17, our next legend, which I think isn't announced. The first legend so far that isn't announced is going to be Malina. Last year, Malina was in talks of being with WWE, and then she went to Impact for a short little time. Then she went to NWA, and I think just a little kind of comeback from Malina, just to make a little appearance, because she did do the Legends Night last year, but that was not in front of any fans. So I would just love to see her get a fan reaction again. So yeah, Malina at number 17. Number 18, we have our first and only NXT woman. We have Raquel Gonzalez. I feel like it's time for Raquel to move up. She's done everything she can on NXT, and I just want to see Raquel move up. I mean, she's just done so much, and I just wish that they kind of moved her up already. But I am glad that we get to see, I feel like, her kind of not disappear, which I feel like we see a lot of NXT superstars do, and it's kind of like a foreshadowing that they're gonna move up. But I feel like Raquel's been on NXT every single week, and I am kind of glad that they didn't just take her off TV and then move her up to the main roster, because it would have kind of been like, we already expected it. So yeah, and then on to the next one, we have Aaliyah, and then our next legend is going to be Lita. Lita, she's only competed in another women's Royal Rumble, and she kind of came in number 5, and so we didn't see really much of her. She was the first legend, obviously, in the Rumble, so she was kind of just in there for a couple of minutes and then got eliminated. So I would love to see her go in later and see how she would be. Next, we have number 21, our next legend who hasn't been announced, Cameron. Cameron has been rumored, and I would love to see Cameron back in a WWE ring. I think she would get a good reaction. Cameron obviously wasn't the best wrestler, but she had a lot of charisma, similar to Summer Rae. And I would just love to see a Funkadactyls kind of reunion. Possibly also getting involved with Nikki and Brie and Queen Zelina and Carmella. Next up, we have Shayna Baylor. Where the heck has Shayna Baylor been? I mean, she hasn't been on TV. I just want her to make her return, and I feel like it's going to be at the Rumble, and hopefully after the Rumble, she just gets used. Next up, at number 23, we have our next NXT woman. I don't know why I said only NXT woman, but we have our next NXT woman, Io Shirai. I think Io is also one of those women who it's just time for her to move up. I feel like she's done everything she could. Similar to Raquel, I'm glad if they do move them up that she is not just taken off TV, because it would have kind of been dumb to, like, take them out. And because then people are going to know. Next up, we have our legend, which is Victoria. Victoria, she was in the Rumble last year, but it was in front of no fans. So I would love to see her get a fan reaction this time, because I know the crowd would stand on their feet automatically. I mean, it's Victoria, so. Next up, we have Xia Li, who isn't announced for the Rumble so far, so I guess she might take one of the places. I hope she's in the Rumble. Number 26, we have our returning Asuka. Asuka's been out with believe an arm injury or a shoulder injury. I don't know, it's one of those two, and I would love to see Asuka just come back in the Rumble and just be, I feel like, an amazing entrant in the Rumble. So, yeah. And she's also a winner of the Rumble, so that's a plus. Next up, we have Kelly Kelly. Obviously, Kelly Kelly was announced. Kelly Kelly, I feel like there's not really much to her. She's came back a lot of times, so meh. Number 28, we have Liv Morgan, who is a favorite to win the Rumble, apparently. Number 29. Number 29, when I originally made this list, it was going to be Paige. Little off about this, because I feel like Paige might return and Paige might not return. So I'm just a little curious about this. I know it might sound dumb, but I think I'm gonna have to say I have 2 number 29 picks. So my first pick is obviously Paige. Would love to see Paige come back. I haven't seen her since 2017. Paige is one of my favorite women. I would love to see Paige get back and just have a crowd reaction for her music again. I mean, it would just be a wholesome moment for her, similar to what Edge and Daniel Bryan went through. So yeah, and my second number 29 is going to be, I was gonna have to say, Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai, I feel like, is also one of them women that has been on NXT, and there's nothing left for her to do. Even though I'm surprised she hasn't won the NXT Women's title yet, I feel like Dakota Kai is time for her to move up and just do something on the roster. I feel like the main roster, I would say, because she's just kind of just been floating around on NXT, and I think it's time for him to move up. And now we move on to our number 30s. This was also one I have also been up and down, especially with the rumors of Ronda Rousey coming back. So yeah, spoiler if you didn't want to know. But I'm very excited for this number 30, but I obviously want to choose one number 30, and this number 30 is Sonya Deville. I think it would be great to have Naomi enter first, Sonya enter 30th, and the final two possibly being Sonya and Naomi. I mean, that would be great storytelling. That would just be amazing storytelling to have those two women be the final two and Naomi finally get her revenge and finally eliminate Sonya, put her in the past, and point at that WrestleMania sign. So yeah, that was my entrant predictions for the Women's Royal Rumble. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and hopefully you guys leave your predictions down in the comment section below, because I would love to read them and love to see what you guys are thinking could be the entrant predictions. Now stay tuned, because there will be a men's entrant prediction coming very soon. So like, comment, subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Bye, champs.